Okay, I want this camera to stay, but it's turning sideways. Hang on 1 second. Okay. There. All right. I'm gonna sew. I am gonna finish this quilt. And I think what I need to do, it's a few steps left. Just a few steps left. Yesterday I finished the, I finished doing the, what am I trying to say? I sewed one bit. I sewed one seam of the third. So it's 2/3 put together now. And it will be now, I'm gonna iron it, trim it, and then put some more binding on. That means gluing today. So, and this was unplanned. I did not plan to do this live today. So, if for some reason you can't hear me, let me know. And I'm gonna try to keep track of chat, but I may not be able to see it 100%. So, anyway, how's everybody doing today? Okay, so under this mess somewhere is my ironing board. And the other third of the quilt. Okay, so this is the portion that still needs to get put on. Okay. This is it. This is it. One row. And I'm going to set this aside. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to move YouTube up just a little. Okay, stay. So, if you had decided to hang out, you're going to watch me iron. And you're going to watch me trim. Not real interesting, but I'll talk to you. If you talk to me, I'll talk to you. How about that? Alright. So I have turned on my iron. And I'm going to iron the seam here. I don't think I need that. So this is the last seam that I have to cover. That's it. That's it, that's it. I'm excited. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's starting to look like a real blanket now. It's looking like a real blanket. Thank you very much, Jennifer. All right, let me bring the camera just a little bit closer so I can read what you're saying and hopefully... YouTube got skewed a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I've been working on this for a long time, actually. A little bit of time. I'm trying to get it done in time for my daughter's birthday. She's going to be 32. And today we share a wedding anniversary. It is my 34th. And her 6th, I think. They've been married 6 years? 6. That sounds right. Okay. So I'm trying to get YouTube. I am simultaneously doing a stream on YouTube, but I cannot seem to get my camera to stay upright. Thank you, Karen. Thank you very much. All right. All right, I'm done trying to adjust that. Okay, I just have to get this ironed. I don't have a whole lot of time online today. I do have to, thank you for the likes. I do have to go to dinner tonight. So, I mean, it's not a chore or anything, but I gotta go to dinner. I'm planning on dinner anyway. All right. This is big. and heavy. This is big and heavy. All right, look. I might have to move the ironing board. Ugh, this is a process. All right. I just want to get to one end. And move it like this. Okay. I think what I'll do. All right. Unfold it. There we go. Oh, whoops. I think I'm going to turn around. That's the problem. I want to put the bulk of it on the table in front of me, and then I can deal with it. That's better. And for you to be able to see some of what the quilt looks like. I've been working hard on this quilt. This is a massive, massive project. I've been coming back to it, coming back to it, coming back to it. All right. So how's everybody's Saturday going? It's 5:30 where I am, and it's probably, I mean, it's really humid outside. I'm choosing to be inside and not do yard work because it is just too hot. It's like tropical. Thank you for the likes. Thank you, Susie. Yeah, the more likes, the better, really. All right. And if you consider a follow, if you follow, that's awesome. And this is going to need some water, I think. I am on YouTube as well. If you prefer YouTube. I think this needs water. Okay. And it's really thick where the binding is meeting right here. So giving it a little steam now helps, because really the reason it is so stiff, well, first of all, because it has like 6 layers. It also has glue, so the steam is helping to soften the glue. Yeah, I'm gluing this. I'm gluing the binding on the back as a placeholder, and I will do that in a couple minutes. I'm gonna iron this, and then this is so bulky. So bulky. Thank you for the likes. Goodness. Ask me about my tabby. You have a tabby cat? Do you have a tabby? I have 4 tabbies. 2 orange and 1 gray. And then I have a tortoise. I'm calling it Tori. I hope you're having a good day. So are you a quilter, or are you just somebody who likes to sew? Usually embroidering. I usually do the machine embroidery. And this quilt was actually all done on the embroidery machine. So the pattern and everything, I put it into the machine. I had to cut the pieces as it went. After I did that, I'll turn this over so you can see what it looks like. Look at this. Now see, once I'm done with it, I'll have to give it away, and then I'll be sad. But my daughter lives close by, so I go over and visit it with a bonus. Visit her too. Thank you for all the likes. Oh my goodness. Have you been here before? That's my question. I mean, I love the likes. Thank you. It's very validating. I'm trying to make this my living. I'm working on getting a website done. I'm doing it myself. I took a course this summer. actually bought a course in digital marketing. And instead of digital marketing, I'm going to do marketing of solid goods, physical goods. All right. So if you want to support that, I'll take some pink shoes. Somebody gifted me pink shoes the other day, and I thought that was hilarious. I really did. So yeah, I have 4 cats. A couple minutes ago, they were eating dinner. So I'll probably be on for about an hour. So if you want to share the live with someone who enjoys this kind of thing, I mean, I'm just gonna stand here and iron. Ironing is fun to watch. Thank you for the follow. Dang. I mean, that's very appreciated. You should look at my channel. I've got felt food that I'm making, and this is just a pause. I just want to get it done. I need the space. It takes up so much space, and I need the space. Okay, there's, I think I'll press this a little bit more, and then I'm going to move this to my table, and trim. Actually, I think there might have been a place where I wanted to re-sew it. And I'm going to look at my seams to make sure everything's in the right spot. And if there's something I need to re-sew, I'm going to take that to the machine before I... Okay, so far so good. Alright, this is off just a little bit. It's not that noticeable. Do I want to take this off? It's a 1/4 inch. No, it's actually 1/8 of an inch off. 1/8 of an inch. But it's not off anywhere else, so I think I'm going to leave it. It is not that noticeable. You have to look at it. It's only noticeable in one spot, and that's where this white square meets. So, I am finishing this quilt. Thank you for asking. So, I'm making a queen size quilt for my oldest daughter, and she's going to be 32. And this is heavy. This is an undertaking. Alright. So I think I'm going to go ahead and iron this again, just to flatten the seam really well. So I'm a seamstress, and I've been sewing for several decades. For a while, all I did was do quilts and piece quilts. But this was completely done on the embroidery machine, and blocks started like this. And I sewed 4 of these together. So one of these blocks took an hour on the embroidery machine. So that means I would sew and then place the fabric, and it would sew again, and I would trim, and then it would sew again. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the colors are awesome. I didn't pick the colors. My daughter picked the colors, and she's also a bat person, and we've got spider webs and spiders, and can you see the spider webs right here? So this is the seam I'm going to cover a little bit. All right. Let me finish ironing this. Yeah. And she really likes the purple and blue combo. And what's really neat is the part of the back fabric, these bats all glow in the dark. Though I don't know if, yes, I don't know if she'll ever have it face up so that it actually glows in the dark, but It's a, yeah, it's very unique. Um, it's a conversation piece, right? And, there's a bunch of YouTube videos of me making this, and also TikTok, so, I mean, why not? Why not share it with the world, you know? For posterity, right? Okay. So that's as much ironing as I'm gonna do on that for now. So I'm gonna put this on the table. That's got still 1/3 of it. It still has a third left. Sitting over here, see? I still have this section to put on it. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, this is it's crazy, right? So, putting that aside, you know, one step at a time. And I've been working on this just solid. This is the only thing I've been doing for like, I don't know, a week or so. And I think that TikTok is probably really tired of seeing me do this. I mean, I'm just working on a project, and if you want to sew along, feel free. Thank you for the likes. Oh my goodness. 2,500 likes. Is your finger tired? Dang. For me standing in my studio, just saying. Okay. Here it is. It's so hard to find. There's so much. I admire you for sticking with it. Well, you know, I made my youngest daughter a quilt, so I kind of had to reciprocate. But it took me like, I had the fabric for, gosh, probably 3 or 4 years before I actually cut into it and started quilting out in the machine. And it took a good amount of effort because I had to, I wish I had paperwork to show you. I had to sketch out like how the block would look, what colors I wanted to put where, and then we had to do some sample blocks, and we changed it. Like at first we had orange to kind of go with this like Halloween theme, but the orange really didn't work very well, so we shopped for this other fabric, and then we discovered that we weren't going to have enough of one of the fabrics, and I don't remember which one, so we went to reshop. And then after we did the reshop, yeah, let me tell you, Lynn, 1 second. Then we went and I went and bought, like, we bought this originally, and then it wasn't enough, so we had to find something to complement. And I really like this cosmic kind of look. You know, it's got some stars in it, and you can really see the quilting. You see the bats? You see that? I mean, it's just fun. Bats and stars and swirls. So after we picked the colors and I made a few sample blocks, I figured out that this is the arrangement we wanted to do. And you can turn these so that they go the opposite way instead of like all meeting in the middle to make this star. And we just decided that it was just all gonna be all conformed like this. And then we found this fabric, and she loved this fabric. She thinks it looks like moons. What do you think? Does it look like moons? Yeah, she really liked it. It was just, I mean, it was very well thought out for her. Yeah, thank you. So what I did was I kind of broke the rules. Traditionally, these blocks that you put on the embroidery machine, you do all of the embroidery and all of the quilting before you put the back piece on. So it's in the hoop, and you lay the batting, and then you piece it, and it quilts, and it'll do the stitching here, okay? And after that, you're supposed to take it out of the hoop, piece them together, okay? Piece all the blocks together, right? And then put a backing on it and just stitch in the ditch and the backing. So when you turn it over, it just has like, you know, big squares. And I didn't like that. So what I decided to do was before I took it out of the hoop, I put the backing on the other side, put it back in the machine, and then I did the quilting. And when I was done, I had a block like this. So after I did this block, okay, after I did this block, I had, see this, we even did this before. I mean, we had all the different patterns on here. Like I added some stuff here. But anyway, what I'm doing now is covering the seams that I created when I sewed these two together. So the whole back of the quilt is covered with binding strips to cover these seams. And I'm gluing them down so that it holds it in place while I do the sewing and sew them on. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. Thank you. I really like it. I'm almost sad to give it away. But she really does appreciate the hours and the cost. And, you know, there's no holds barred. She really, really, really does love it. But she doesn't know how far I am on it. She does not know that it's almost done. So it's kind of a secret. Shh. I'll watch the progress. Yeah. If you go back into the TikTok channel, I haven't, I don't think I have enough followers to sort things out into folders yet. But when I do, I'll have a folder just for the process of this quilt. Also, I have a YouTube channel, and you can go there. I have some more videos there, some longer lives. I think were actually worked on it. So, yeah. So anyway, enjoy. I'm gonna keep moving on this. So feel free to ask questions, because I'll look up as I have to trim this. I'm gonna trim this down a little bit. You've done some placements with this method, and it takes forever. It looks great. Well, thank you. Sorry, placemats. Yeah, it does take forever. Yeah. So, yeah, you're welcome for the answer. That's why I'm here. I mean, I feel like the reason I do this is because people want to know stuff. And I'm like, I'm in my sewing room, and I can hang out and do this by myself, or do this with, you know, company, people who are like, hey, I'm finding this really interesting and I want to know more about it, and ask questions, you know. So I don't feel the slightest bit worried about asking questions, because that's why I'm here. I mean, I'd really love to make this my occupation. I see that some comments in the live were filtered. Okay, so there's some keywords that TikTok actually filters, and so you're welcome. Oh, that's really sweet. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, for some reason. So if I don't read your comment out loud, that means that I didn't see it. So if you want to reword your comment, then maybe I'll be able to read it. Okay. So I've been sewing since, I sew everything. But I've been sewing since I was, I don't know, probably around 6. I first held a needle when I was 6. And yeah, God's honest truth. I mean, my mom tried to influence me into being a knitter, and I tried. God knows I tried. There was so much yarn and so many needles and someone there ready to teach me, and I could never get into it. I just couldn't. I couldn't get into it. So have you made placemats on the embroidery machine? Or did you do hand quilting or quilt and then put them together and then put the back of the placemat on there? Just question for you. Everything in this room rolls. Everything rolls. The camera, it's on a rolling cart. Gosh, I look a mess. Okay, now look. I've been cleaning today. And I've got company coming. It's great to hear. I've been sewing since I could barely hold a needle as a toddler. Yes. See? That's wonderful. I mean, the first sewing machine I had was a Holly Hobby sewing machine, and it just did a chain stitch, and that was frustrating because I would try to sew like Barbie clothes and stuff on it, and the seams would come straight out. And I got my first sewing machine when I was, let me think, 12, I think. 12, 13. Started sewing for adults when I was in high school. I picked up an abandoned project there was somebody they had hired, this is when I was in high school, to do the color guard flags for the band. And they came to me and they said, you know, we know you're good at sewing, would you finish sewing these flags, you know? And I was like, you know, sure. I didn't get a penny. Yeah, it is God-given talent. It really is, let me tell you. Okay? I was adopted as a baby, and I found my biological family when I was an adult, and everyone is a seamstress. Everyone on both sides are seamstress. There, you know, it's really interesting. You never like think about what's genetic. Yeah, generations back. Like my great grandmother was a fantastic quilter. I don't know. I don't know. Somehow, it's genetic. So that was a very fantastic thing. I mean, not only do we resemble each other, and we're close. We're close. I have a sister. It's really cool. I have siblings, and I hung out with my sister this summer for a little while, and anyway, pretty close. She gets on live sometimes. You made all your school clothes? That's impressive. The first clothing I made, I think, well, I was in home ec. I don't have home ec anymore. So I have home ec in middle school, or, you know, in junior high school. And I made a wraparound skirt. It was the first time I read a pattern, and I got a B- on it, and I never wore it again. I wore it once and got a B minus on it. How dare somebody grade that? I don't even know what that was. Don't even know. Alright, scraps. So what I did was I cut down the seams from 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch. So now I can work on getting the binding done. Gotta glue it. It's time to glue. Oh no. I know. Oh no is right. Look, I'm a teacher. I know what it's like. You have to give a grade. You have to assess. I get it. Right? And I know why. I know why I got a B minus. My stitching wasn't straight. I know exactly why. My stitches were all over the place, you know, and I kind of really remember that very well. I remember the fabric that it was made out of, and it just wasn't well done. But it's fine. It was a learning experience, which is, you know, the whole point of it, right? I learned a lot. By the time I was in high school, I was making my own clothing. But now the kind of clothing that I make for myself is costuming. I don't make I made this, you know, just the embroidery part. But we all start somewhere, it's true. Yep, it's true. But, you know, I wasn't a master at, you're never a master what you begin to learn something, you know. It's just not a thing. All right. So I have a couple of pieces of this already done. This is what I'm going to glue over the raw seam. Okay. I just want to make sure it's long enough. Just want to make sure it's long enough. Because if it's not long enough, I'm going to sew a little bit on the end. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I know it's going to be too short. And so I just have this seam and one more seam that I have to cover with the binding on the back. And then I'll have the binding to do around the edge, which will be just kind of it'll be a traditionally done one. And I think I'm going to do purple going around the edge. I think purple will be really pretty, because then it'll be like black against the purple and kind of give you a hint on what's there on the other side. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. If you follow me, consider going over to my YouTube channel and subscribing there too. Pretty please. You can watch over there. I'm over there now doing my live there. It's a wider camera, I guess. It's a wider view. Not like there's a whole lot more to see, but thank you for the follow. And 3,000 likes on the stream. That's amazing. That is amazing. It just kills me, you know, that, I mean, I'm just being my normal person in my room. Tomorrow I'll probably do another live. I like to sew with my youngest daughter is a seamstress. My oldest is an artist. She's a graphic design artist. And so her talents lie just in a little bit skew from where the other ones do. I seem relaxed. What else am I doing, you know? Just in my room. Yeah, it takes, actually, I mean, I've been doing lives for a while, so, you know, you get nervous to begin with, you know. You should definitely go live if you can. Because, I mean, you never know who wants to see what you're doing, right? Okay, enjoy the thread. I'll be right back. I'm still here. What? Okay, proper foot is attached. All right, great. Okay. Machine needs to be threaded. I'm threading my machine. I'm getting this done. Alright. Oh, and you know what? I am comfortable in front of the camera. A lot of reasons. But also, I'm in front of kids all day long. So... Okay, my machine not happy with me at the moment. But yeah. So it helps. I'm already in front of people all day. I can't see the comments at the moment, so I will be right back in front of the camera where I can see the comments. Okay, and I sew these pieces together. And it's taken me a second because the machine was not threaded and it came unthreaded and then it was. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a little bit of a mess here. What kind of a machine? I have a Janome. I have a couple of Janomes. The one I'm working on right now is Continental M17. It just came out in the spring of last year, I guess. It needs to be cleaned, but I love it. I love it. It's my baby. Alright, I'm just ironing over here. Hey. Okay, there we go. How do I know my iron's on? I have a light. This light's up here. Do I have a serger? A serger? Yeah, I have a serger. Also. Yeah. I have all of the things. I do a lot of different things in my studio. I have a heat press. I have a couple of cutting machines. You know, I just really want to offer content and offer products that people want. And I don't have a website up yet, but I'm working on it. It'll be done before the end of the year. And then I can sell my products. I won't be selling this quilt, but it's more interesting to me that you learn how to do one. You know, learn from what I'm doing. Learn from what I'm doing so that you can do one too, right? Because this would be easily $1,000 at least. I mean, really. And that I think is conservative. As much fabric and time and such. So I hope that answers your question. If I haven't, I think you meant, do I have a serger, right? Okay, so now it's time to get the glue out. And I'm gonna leave my iron on, but it's gonna be a dry iron because if I use the glue, and then I use a steam, all it does is wet the glue and then it won't stick. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue and y'all. I'm so excited. This is getting done. But I mean, I just really have had to focus just on this and nothing else. I've had to do just this. Because if I tried to do this and something else, then I would, you know, I'd be all sorts of distracted and you know, this is a little bit too wide right here, so. There. Got glue on my scissors. Okay. And also I want to be sure that to center this as much as possible on the seam. And I'm using the where the raw edges meet on this side as my guide. Okay. And the glue is coming through, but it is water soluble. And if you want to try this, if you decide to try this, what's really nice about this, if you are a quilter or someone's like to make things like this, right? In the summer, you could quilt this whole thing, like quilt it all together, have just a little block, instead of the whole quilt on your lap. So a block or so at a time, sew them together, and then you put this binding on the back. And you can get really creative with this and very, very artsy with it. My other quilt that I gave my youngest daughter, the binding and the backing contrasted. So there was a real strong pattern on the back, on the backing fabric. And then the binding strips were like this solid contrasting, and it really looked neat. It was very artsy. But thank you for your question. Hello, ATZ. I have a half an hour, maybe less. Let me look. I've got company coming, and I want to make sure that they are let's see where they're at. Okay. I can't tell where they are. Oh, they're almost to Warsaw, so probably another hour before my guests arrive. So I've got some more time to spend with you if you care to hang out with me. All right. I'm gonna move my. This needs to be on top of this, so I can just iron it as I go. I'm almost out of school glue. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough to finish this. I'm not skimping on it at all. What's my opinion on Bitcoin? Do you think it's roped out, or is there still room for growth? You know what? I'm gonna ban you, ATZOK. I'm gonna ban you. We're not talking about Bitcoin. That's a key word I'm gonna start blocking. If you say Bitcoin, I'm out. So dry iron, okay? This is a dry iron. I cannot believe I read your comment. I just need to ignore you. Maybe you'll go away. All right. I don't want you to go away. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Are you gonna send me a rose to apologize? Where's my rose? Or pink shoes. I need pink shoes. Some sort of gift right now. I need gift. Can you believe the nerve? Okay, so the point of gluing this down really is just to hold it, because the first seam I'm gonna sew is from the top, so I have to see the top, and I'm not gonna pin this. I don't want to pin, because if I pin this all along, it will, I'll break a needle. Sure, I'll break a needle. Ugh. I'm reading the chat. Hello. I'm so glad you're all here. Thank you for hanging out with me today. If you're someone who works with textile arts, put a, let's see, I don't know if I want you to put a thumbs up. Give me some emoji. How about a sewing emoji of some sort. If you're someone who works with textile arts, and if you're just watching, but you are not sitting in the room watching, it's fine. Welcome. I'm glad you're hanging out. And I'm on YouTube. Are you hanging out on YouTube with me? Thank you for hanging out on YouTube. Now look, I can't see comments on YouTube. I don't have it set up today. So if you're trying to comment on YouTube, let me see if I can fix it to see comments. But I don't want to waste any glue. I want it to knock over. Okay, you sent a rose. I need a bouquet. I need a bouquet. I really want pink shoes. Pink shoes, please. Pink shoes. All right. Hello, Grammy 44. Yay, pink shoes. It's a competition now. What kind of obscure things can you send? Pink shoes, roses. All right, it's a competition in chat. Let's go. You gotta show up, ATZ, because Trying to ruin my life with talking about Bitcoin. All right. Ah, I keep knocking over my glue. It's fine. I need to go get some glue sticks. It is probably going to be easy to find glue sticks for a reasonable price right now. What do you think? Okay, this is almost done. Glued. Almost glued. And then I'll go ahead and sew this one because the other side I'll have to clip it and pin it. I'll do it tomorrow. I might even do it on live. So, you like to sew. Grammy, have you been on here before? Have you hung out with us before? If not, welcome. Okay. I've got quite a long piece. All right, I sewed this piece on like this other really long piece, and I only needed that much. That much. Okay. It's almost time to take this to my machine. As long as this is dry. Oh, it still feels wet over here. I'm gonna this over here. Thank you for the likes. We're trying to get us up to 5,000 likes. How many likes do we have already? I'm always so impressed with the likes. You know, some lives do really well and others don't, and that's fine. I'm gonna be standing here sewing anyway. Doesn't make any difference. But I appreciate the gifts. I really do. It's not fabric glue, it's school glue. It's Elmer's school glue. And the reason I'm using it is because I want it to wash out. All it is instead of using pins, and I'll explain it in a second because I'm going to take this over to my machine and show you how I'm doing this. I'm going to put black thread in my bobbin, and I'm going to put clear thread in the top, and I'm going to sew in the ditch. And what that'll do is that'll sew this down in the center, and then I'll turn it over and I'll put clear here. No, I'll put clear in my bobbin. I'll turn it over so it's this side up, and I'll have clear in my bobbin. So when I stitch this, stitches this down, but it doesn't show on the front. And I am not kidding. I have to look very, very carefully to be able to see it. I mean, I just can't see it. It's so hard to see. I'll show you as close up as I can because I'm carrying this over to my machine anyway. Okay, I'm all right. I'm okay. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Everything's good. All right. Move this. Everything rolls. Okay, look. Okay, so this right here is a sewn seam, right? And this is the binding on this side. All right, so you have to look very closely to see where I sewed that. I have to look myself. I can't see it. You can see it where it goes over the quilted or the embroidered part. You can see it right there. But otherwise you can't see it. It's just invisible. So it's worth trying to put clear thread in your bobbin. Test it out and see if your machine doesn't freak out, then you should be able to do it. Okay, so I'm going to move you over to my machine so you can watch me struggle over here. Okay. There. All right. Okay, so you can't comment. Okay, HG, I finally see your chat. Okay, are you still on YouTube? Because I finally got to see the comments on YouTube. So you can't comment. Thank you for giving all the likes, my goodness. But you can't comment on TikTok lives, unfortunately. Well, sorry about that. You know, I know that TikTok isn't ideal for everyone, which is why I'm trying to offer YouTube as well. So, all right, this, I'm not trying to drop this on the floor, but that's what's going to happen. It's in a pile on the floor. It's fine. I'm going to wash it before I give it away. Right now I'm going to thread my machine with clear thread. Okay. Thank you for the follow, Isabel. What brings you here? So, Grammy, you like to sew. And if you're still hanging out, I love that you told me that. So anyway, I was using glue stick, and glue stick's better because I don't have to use the iron to dry it as much. So I have a walking foot in here, and I have black thread in my bobbin, and I have a spool of clear thread, just this. Yeah, it is a fancy machine, Charlie. Yeah, it was a Christmas present last Christmas, and it is my dream machine. I don't think I will ever get another machine. Never. I mean, this will be it. Because it's fantastic, really. But you know, it is also an embroidery machine. So, I'm going to see if this will actually thread the needle. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, so I'm gonna take this invisible filament and put it in a tiny little eye on my, oh my gosh, where's the end? And I need an applause. Okay, 1, 2, third try. Yes. Third try. Got it. I need an applause. That was amazing. Applause, everyone. Applause. Thank you. Thank you very much. I could only wish, I'm sure. Well, you know what? I went through I had my first Janome machine I had for like 30 years, and then I thought, you know, I got my first embroidery machine, and it was a Janome as well, and it was the step below this one, and this one I love it because it has a really huge hoop, and if you look back on my content, you'll see it. So, oh yeah, I'm glad you're still there, HG. Thank you. I hope that YouTube is looking good, because I feel like I prioritize TikTok, but okay, now, okay, there it is. I was trying to find where I needed to start. So I've got clear in the top. I'm going to turn this over, And I'm gonna sew down the center. You make bags for now. Yes, bags are good. Bags are good. Do you make them out of fabric or vinyl or both? Um, so I'm gonna sew down the center of this seam here, black thread here, and clear thread up here. Okay. So turning it over. Okay, 1 second. My cord is getting trapped. 1 second. Okay. I have to change my plugs here because this is getting tangled in my quilt. All right. Okay. Ready. Oh no. All right, I took some stitching out and I didn't mean to. Okay. I have to fix that first. That is not a happy situation. Let's see. I gotta think about where I've got my thread. I think I can do it from, I'm gonna have to do it from the back when I do this one. Okay. Repositioning and repositioning. Okay, now look, I have no pins because I don't want to scratch my needle plate. That's why I used the glue. Okay, so the glue is actually just to hold it. I love it when you guys talk to each other. Fabric, I make a bag. You're in Alaska, so it's like the women top turned into bag. My label is I'm So Native. Nice. Okay, cool. All right. Let's go. Let's get this show on the road. I just have time to do probably just one pass. Oh no. Boy, this quilt. Oh, you know what? I know what I did. Yesterday I had this on the table. I'm gonna move my table over here to support this quilt. So I'm gonna place. There we go. Okay. Whew. All right. I don't know if I. Oh, you know what? I have to move my table too. Hang on. I think you should still be able to see. They have so much beautiful fabric there. Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome. I like it. You know, it's nice to have a choice. It's nice to have a choice. All right. Now I should be able to do a little bit without having to pull on this too much. Oh, whoops. Look. You almost let me start on the wrong side. Nobody said, hey, Libby, hello. You need to be sewing with the pretty side up first. There we go. Okay. I'm going to sew right in the ditch, right here. You can see where these two pieces meet. That's where I'm sewing. And I have a walking foot on here, so it'll... Got to kind of let this do sew itself here, but This is so much fabric. It's so big. It's so big. Alright. I'm going to hold it way out here. Not ideal. Alright, not ideal. Can you see okay? Oh, you know what? I need to lengthen my stitch. Otherwise, this is going to take forever. It's too much. Wait. I think I'm sewing the wrong stitch. Hang on a second. Stop. Cut. I see where I've already stitched on this one. Look. I need to go over one. What? I was sewing this one and I need to sew this one. All right. Restart. Here we go. It's fine. The other one's just going to have a little extra support. That's all. Alright, this is going to be like sew and adjust. Sew and adjust. I hope you're having a good time. I'm having a good time. Because this is silliness right now. Okay. Alright, let's go. Now remember, it's clear thread up top. And it's black thread on the bottom. And then did I drop the feed dogs? No. I'm using a walking foot and I'm just sewing straight. If I were doing free motion quilting, I would. But I'm just doing a straight stitch across. So. Alright, this is in my way. Alright. Alright. This is crazy. I knew it was big, and I knew it would be a thing, but it's just a little bit at a time. But yeah, Denise, I didn't drop the feed dogs because I'm not quilting at the moment. Okay, what am I looking at here? Okay, that's just thread. This is going to be a huge surprise. I mean, maybe my daughter will just go, oh, hey, I made this. Yeah. It took a while. It took a while. And I took a break from it for, about 4 or 5 months. But each block, just to kind of show you, give you an idea, each one of these, okay, took an hour or so on the machine. It's embroidered, okay, and it quilted as it went, and then the quilts through the back, okay, and then each one of the this sashing is actually 2 pieces, so each one of these took like 15 minutes. And then each one of these blocks, this took a long time because this was an applique bat. Each one of these probably took, I don't know, half an hour. It was really surprising. And then, of course, piecing it all together and doing this part and all of that. So it's been a minute. If you go back in my TikTok channel, you'll see where I'm first working on it. So if you consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, that'd be great. I would love to see you over there. And I'll be posting my lives over there. So if you miss seeing part of this, then you can go through. It's, you know, like I said, I don't know if it's really interesting content for YouTube, but I think it's more for posterity, really. You know, like, and my daughter can go back and look at how I finished this and how much time it took. Hi, Emily. I hope you're enjoying your quilt. Shout out to my daughter. And it is our anniversary today. I share an anniversary with my daughter. She and her husband have been married 6 years, I think. And my husband and I have been married 34 years. You're thinking about making a scrap fabric bag for my friend's anniversary. Do it. Do it. Okay? So what you'll do is you'll sew all those pieces together however you want to sew them, right? And then you'll take your pattern and put it on top and just cut out your pieces. Do it. That would be so neat. Especially if those fabrics are, you know, significant somehow, you know, have some sort of memory attached. Ah! Skew off here. Alright, getting there. Almost to the end. And then I'll turn it over. I'll set with the clear thread in my bobbin and black thread on the bottom. Alright. She's a very colorful person, so I think she'll love it. I only know the basics and not a pro yet. Well, you know, I never consider myself a pro. I just don't. I mean, pro, the short for pro is proficient. Okay? Pro just means, like, you know, proficient. Think about that, right? So to be a pro is someone who is proficient at something. It doesn't mean you're an expert. Okay? It just means you're proficient. Does that make sense? Oh, okay. Alright, now I'm going to put my clear thread in my bobbin. Filament. When working with the filament in the bobbin, just remember it has more body than just regular thread, so you have to be really careful when you are threading your bobbin case. Okay. Now I can take the clear out from the top and I can use black. And all I'm going to do now is just sew along the edges of the binding on the back. And be all done. Okay? There's black. Also, I use high quality polyester thread. And it helps eliminate a lot of lint and wear and tear in the machine. There's Gutermann thread. Other kinds of fabric or other kinds of thread are like wrapping a filament. So if you can afford to get a higher quality thread, it's gonna give you a lot less of a headache. Okay, black up top. Time to turn this over. Make sure I sew the correct one. So re-sewing one. And I need to find where I have ripped out some stitching on one of them. Okay, and I'll find that. I'll stick a pin in it. Come back to it. I'll probably do a live tomorrow afternoon. So somewhere around this time, let's see, between, might be like 3 o'clock Eastern time, if you want to come back and watch me struggle with this quilt some more. I might switch to maybe do an embroidered shirt instead, or embroidered food. I've got felt food that I made for kiddos that like to pretend. Alright. How's the view on YouTube? Is it good? Okay. Well, alright. So while I'm doing this part, I've got an open toe foot, and I'm looking ahead just about 1/8 of an inch or so, and that helps keep my my stitching real close to the edge. Now some places better than others. Somewhere along here. Oh, here it is. Oh, if I put a pin in it, I will probably stick myself with it later and regret it, but guess what? Sewing is a dangerous profession. Okay. Onward. I have to go back and sew that piece. Ah. Well, I hope if you're hanging out with me today, maybe you are at your sewing machine or working on a project. The other day there was someone in here who was organizing their yarn, which I think is a valid thing, on organized stuff. Oh, okay. I feel like that is not close enough to the edge. So. It's hard to see. Black on black it's hard to see. So what I like just really looking at is kind of a shadow where the fold is. Okay. This is, when I'm done with this, I only have one more strip to do like this, and that is, of course, after I sew the other third of the quilt on here. Okay. All right. I cannot wait to wash this quilt. My favorite part of making a quilt is when you can wash it and then it shrinks up a little. And then that just brings out the quilting so much more. I love it. I think it's absolutely amazing when that happens. Okay. All right. I am going to finish sewing this binding on here, and then I'm going to end my live because I've been on here almost an hour and a half, and it is time for me to get ready for my house guests. They just happen to be coming in on our wedding anniversary day. But you have been married so long, wedding anniversary isn't a huge deal. It's just like, hey, honey, nice to have been married 34 years. Can you believe it? No. Here's the 34 more. Whew. Oh, no. Okay, going over those bumps is just a little bit weird. Okay. Okay, one more pass. And I'm just gonna slide this back toward me. And there was this one little bit that I want to resew. It's not that one, but that does look a little weird. Okay, here it is. Sew this. I have to repair this because apparently it was sewn too far away from the edge, or too close to the edge, and so it came apart. And I'll go back to the other one, but just want to make sure that. Now remember, I have clear thread in my bobbin. Or, yeah, clear thread in the bobbin. Oof. All right, back to this one. Almost done. Yeah, the next step would be to sew the last piece on here. If I were to do this again, now I thought I would like make these, do these binding pieces as I put the blocks together, but that ended up not being ideal. And next time I'll just put the whole thing together and then go and do the binding. As much of a pain as it is, as far as like you know, wrangling it into the machine, it's probably it will probably save a whole lot of time. Okay. Oh my god. It's falling. Ugh. Alright. Support. Got this table behind me. And hold the the bulk of it. Now this is a standing table, and I feel like I get a lot more leverage when I stand to sew. And also saves kind of my back and my neck. So if you're a seamstress and you're sitting bent over your machine quite a bit, consider getting a table that goes up and down. I feel like I missed some. Maybe right there. I'm gonna cut this and go back and get this. I want to make sure, because I mean, if you grab that, it will rip those stitches right out. There we go. Onward. Okay, there we go. Getting there. It's definitely not riveting. Not riveting content. Not. But you know what? I appreciate that you're here. It's a milestone. Every day I get closer and closer to being done. Okay, that didn't look like it caught. I guess it did. It's hard to see, you know. I'm following kind of a shadow, a line, because it's, you know, black on black. It's really hard to see it. I'm trying to stay close to the edge without going off of the edge. Okay. Sorry you couldn't see for a second. I'm getting close to the end. All right. Ah! Okay, now I know I missed that. I know I did. When I go over those, the lip here, it's pretty, pretty wonky. It just pulls that. It has a mind of its own when I get to that intersection. I have to reposition it. Slow down. So yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch this because it's gonna take all of the glue will come out and it'll soften it up a lot. Okay. Oh, let's see. Okay. You know, I should do a time lapse. I should just really do a time lapse, you know? So, there it is. Oh my goodness. Okay, look. So I just sewed, right? And if you look carefully, you can see the stitches kind of shine. I guess this is a good spot to see it right here. You see that where it's shining? Right here. Boy, it is hard for me to see, especially on that, okay? But I think she's gonna be really pleased with this. I really do. So yeah, it has been an hour and a half, and this is cumbersome, and it is amazing. Amazing! I'm gonna turn it around here so you can see it. Okay. Look. Okay. Here it is. It still has 1/3 to go. There it is. How cool is this? Nice. Okay. And I'll turn it over so you can see what the back looks like. And then it kind of played with the pattern for it so that it would have some sort of interest on it instead of just being like random. So there's this gray portion, and then there's some black portion. So it's kind of interesting, but there you go. You can see, actually, you can see this black really well. It's really cool. I like it. Okay, now, this is the edge. So the other part is going to be on this side. And all the bats are going to go the same direction. Here it is. Okay. It's going to go on here like this. And tomorrow I'm going to sew these together like this. Process again, just like we did today. All right. Thank you for joining me today. I'm done. I'm tired. This took an hour and a half just to do this small process, just because it was so cumbersome. Anyway, feel free to join. I try to go live every day at 4 o'clock. Yeah, it's a gorgeous design. I love this design. I've always wanted to do one, and I needed the embroidery machine to help me. Thank you for the follow. So, yeah, tomorrow around 3 Eastern time. No promises. I always like, but you know, that's where I'm trying to be. I do have a lot of errands to run tomorrow, so it'll be, of course, after that. And I might actually, then I'll be here with my daughter too, and so we're sewing together. It's really fun. No, it's not paper pieced. It was done entirely on the embroidery machine. And since you followed me, head into the, head into the archives of the TikTok feed, and you'll be able to find where I've been working on this. Also, you can find it on YouTube, and same thing, Meg's Custom Designs, and consider subscribing. And I can't wait to see what you think. All right, and I want you all to have a great day. So thank you so much for being here. Have a happy Saturday. Bye, everybody.